Now we're okay. Welcome everyone to our program videos. We're doing some 20 to 30 minute videos for the branches to share with their members and guests, either virtually through Zoom, or if you have the capabilities to show these at your meetings, at your branch monthly meetings, you can do that as well. And we're trying to make them informative, value added, and educational. And we're working right now on the board, the AAUW of Michigan board, and what their roles and responsibilities are. So I'm Barb Duran from the Wyandotte Downriver branch, and I'm also the co-program VP for AAUW of Michigan. And Linda's joining me. Linda?
Hi, I'm Linda Kevorkian, and I'm the co-VP of programs, and I'm also in the Birmingham branch.
Great, great. And we have with us today Ruth Brown. And Ruth is joining us to tell us about her role on the Michigan board. So Ruth, we'll let you introduce yourself. Just give us like what branch you're with, how long you've been with AAUW, and any positions you hold at the branch level. And then we'll ask you a few questions and learn more about what you're doing for AAUW of Michigan.
Thank you so much, Barb and Linda, and thank you for this opportunity. Greetings, AAUW of Michigan members. I'm Ruth Brown. I belong to the Jackson branch of AAUW. I live in Hillsdale, but I belong to the Jackson branch. I joined AAUW in 1989, right after I graduated from Eastern. I started up on the state board in AAUW of Michigan back in the 90s, and I was on the state board in the 90s and in the 2000s in many different positions for a long time. I started on the AAUW of Michigan State Program Committee that used to meet in Lansing. I started on that committee back in the 90s, and my AAUW of Michigan service culminated for the first time when I was the AAUW Michigan State President in 2004 to 2006. And before that, I was the AAUW of Michigan State Membership Vice President. And that's where I really did, when I did that for 2 years, I did that under Carol Wells. When Carol was state president, she sent me out, and that was really where I did my best work. And then after I got done being state president, I was the Great Lakes Regional Director. And then I left AAUW of Michigan State Service for a long, long time. And I came back as state secretary for a couple of years. And now I'm back my third stint, and I'm now the public policy director.
Okay.
So Ruth, you've got a lot of AAUW experience under your belt, and that's good. You're a past president. So you've got all that knowledge in your brain that we can share with the branch members. And that's wonderful. And we appreciate you serving again. You just keep coming back and giving of yourself, and that's great. Linda, do you have a question you want to ask?
Ruth, what goals do you have for the upcoming year to make the organization more attractive for potential members?
Well, that's a good question, Linda. Goals to make the organization more attractive. You can use public policy as a membership recruitment tool. If we're going to make our organization unique to the other organizations that are in town, public policy is a tool to do that. Okay, right now, more than ever, women are busier and busier and busier than ever, right? Where there are so many organizations in town, and there's so many different things we want to do, and we don't want women to be so busy that they don't have time for AAUW. So how we make ourselves unique is looking at the AAUW of Michigan public policy priorities, which are education, economic security, and equality, individual rights, and social justice. And that's on our AAUW of Michigan webpage. Now, it goes much further than that. We have engaged Mary Pollock, who is our government relations coordinator. She is paid in her position, and she has a very active lobby corps that meets once a month. She has a Facebook page that she posts current Michigan legislation on, every single day. Sometimes she posts several times a day. So these are all active daily issues that women can engage in. And that's what makes us unique. Now, as far as goals are concerned, there's a couple of goals. One thing that I'd like to see AAUW Michigan do is have a podcast. Obviously,
okay.
podcasts are very, very popular with Spotify. Right
Mhm.
now, many hundreds of people are doing podcasts, and I think that AAUW of Michigan could enhance and empower our reach by doing a podcast. This is what many people are listening to and engaging in now. So, if anybody has a connection to someone who can help us do a podcast or knows how to get this going for us, please contact me or Sheila or anyone on the state board and help us get this going. This is a real goal that we could do.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, and another goal is to collaborate more and get our reach farther out to women and to other organizations that focus on women's issues in the state of Michigan. Mary has a good, as I said, a good lobby corps, but we could be reaching many more people than what we are right now. And so we really need to collaborate with other state organizations and other and engage more women in the state in our goals.
Yes, and I'm showing the Facebook page on the screen now as well, AAUWMI Lobby Corps. So you can go in here and join, as Ruth said, and there's a lot of good information here about upcoming legislation, just public policy in the state and things like that. So it's a really good resource for your branch.
We have a very unique opportunity in Michigan right now. And now by the time that this video shows, our election, I'm sure, will be over with. But you will know that in November of 2022, there are two women, Tudor Dixon and Gretchen Whitmer, running for governor of the state of Michigan. And this is the first time in the history of Michigan that there have been two women running for governor. And so we will be fortunate because whoever wins will be a woman. And we need a woman in that seat. I was the AAUW Michigan State President when Jennifer Granholm was the governor, and I went to Jennifer Granholm's office with many other leaders of women's organizations in the state. And women will focus on women's issues. Jennifer Granholm actually, no matter what you think, and it's not partisan, it's not political, but no matter what you think of her, she did more for women's rights in the state of Michigan than all the other male governors that we've had combined. She focused a lot on women's issues that many male governors didn't focus on because they don't think about women's issues in the same way that women do. So we need women at the table when decisions are being made. And I'm very pleased that we have two women that are running, two strong women running for governor, and we will know those results by the time this video plays in the winter time.
Yes, and I know we always say with AAUW Michigan, we're political, but we're not partisan. So absolutely, but we're fighting for reproductive rights, women's rights, voting rights, all the rights, pay equity, salary negotiation. There's so many things, minimum wage, all those things that affect us every day, whether we're working from home, working at a job, raising children, you know, all that stuff comes into what we're trying to do. And I know our public policy through AAUW of Michigan is huge. So thank you, Ruth, for stepping up to this position.
One more goal, Barb.
Sure, go ahead.
I think that AAUW of Michigan really needs to concentrate in the area of public policy on walking the walk, okay? You can talk the talk, but to effect real change, we have to walk the walk. We can talk and have ideas, and we can really be passionate about things, but unless we walk the walk, we're not really going to engage new members into our organization because they're going to catch on quickly that, you know, it looks like we really don't do anything. And we have to really work hard on walking the walk. And I'll give you an example of that, of what I'm talking about. Back in 2009, I was the Great Lakes Regional Director. And I had all the Great Lakes states, and one of my states was Illinois. So I went over there to Illinois. Those women over there were very, very legislatively active. They were constantly working on legislative issues. Those women whipped up, and it resulted in President Obama signing the very, very first piece of legislation that President Obama signed in January of 2009. And you can look this up, it's all on the computer. He signed the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act. And if you aren't familiar with who Lilly Ledbetter is, look her up and read about Lilly Ledbetter and her story. She's written a book. She's spoken at AAUW national conventions in the past. We've all met her. She affected change, and those women in Illinois worked hard, and they were very, very key in getting President Obama to sign the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act, and that was back in 2009. So that's what I'm talking about. That's a real legislation, is what affects change for future generations to come. Okay, and it helps to make AAUW of Michigan relevant. We have to stay relevant in today's society moving forward, and we all love to look back and look on our history, and our history is awesome and it's really wonderful. But to stay relevant, we have to move forward and really walk the walk in public policy.
So true, Ruth, so true. Go ahead, Linda.
Well, Ruth, you've touched on this already, but how can you be a resource to any branch who may need help in this area?
Well, the way to be a resource, number one, what we want, the AAUW of Michigan Public Policy Director is a liaison with the AAUW of Michigan branches. Every branch should have a dedicated public policy person in their branch.
Right.
And then myself, I'm the state public policy director. I'm the liaison for the state with those public policy directors that are in the branches. So what we will do is we will continue the fine work. We just had Karen Zazinski. She was the public policy chair right before I was. She did a wonderful job. And we've had many wonderful public policy directors over the years. When I was the state president, Diane Covell from Jackson was the public policy director, and we've had many over the years. But what we want to do is meet 3 or 4 times during the year by Zoom and just help the branches to reach their public policy goals, which would be if they want to have a speaker. Mary Pollock is an excellent speaker. She went to 13 branches last year and gave programs, and she can come to your branch. She can give a very relevant program to your branch. These types of things are what we want to do. But really, the number one goal is to make sure that every single branch has a dedicated public policy person in their branch. And then I'm the liaison to those branch people.
Great. And I think another thing too, I know in our town, our branch has joined the Chamber of Commerce, and our Chamber of Commerce has a public policy arm. We do legislative forums, meet the Senate candidates, meet the House candidates, local referendums and reforms that are going on in our area. And so each area of Michigan. So check with your chambers of commerce in your towns and townships and cities. And if you have to join or can join, if your budget allows, do that, because I think that's a great way to get in with public policy with your chamber members, business people, and you get more exposure for your branch as well.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Anything else, Ruth, you want to share? You're welcome to speak on. I'm showing just the AAUW.org site, and I also showed the Facebook AAUW Michigan Lobby Corps site. So people know how to get to that.
One thing that I wanted to share with our membership is something that makes me a little unique. I'm not the only one. There are others in the state, but I have 12 years of elected official. I was a city council person in Hillsdale for 4 years, and then I was an elected county commissioner in Hillsdale County, Michigan for 8 years. And so I have about 12 years of elected official service in my background. And I think that makes me a little bit unique because I look at things from a different perspective sometimes than if I was not, before I was an elected official. I looked at things differently than I do now. I think that we want to be realistic in what we put our time and energy toward. Work on legislation that has a chance of passing. We're all limited in our time and our energy, and we all only have so much that we can give to this cause because we have other things and families and things we want to do. So don't expend a lot of your energy and your time on something that really on the state level has no chance of passing, or that isn't supported, or that isn't really realistic. And I see some of that talking and working hard and on things that really aren't realistically going to pass. So be choosy, pick 1 or 2 issues that are really realistic, that can really go, and get behind our new governor. Whoever she is will know by the time this video plays. Get behind our new governor and see which direction she's going in and what she wants to work on, and bring issues up to her, and bring things up. You know, don't just ride the tide. We sometimes know issues and know things that they don't, or that aren't on their radar. And so I look at things from an elected official's standpoint, and I would encourage us to be realistic in what we work on.
Well, could you provide your contact information, Ruth, and any other closing comments?
Yes, my email address is travelgirl, TRAVELGIRL, and the number 4 at Comcast.net. And my text and my phone number is 517-398-0116. And if you text me or call me or email me, I will get back to you within a day. I will get back to you very quickly. If I don't know the answer, I'll point you in the right direction. I know I have many contacts, and I know how to point you in the right direction.
Great. Thank you, Ruth. Yes, and I know the AAUW of Michigan website, the board leadership has not been updated, but that's in the process of happening. So Ruth's information will be on our Michigan website for what she just gave you, but write that down. If you can't get a hold of her for some reason, you can reach out to one of us, or Sheila Blair, the president, Mary Pollock, anyone from the board will make sure that whoever you need to contact will be contacted and get back to you. So
just as a closing comment, I would like to thank the AAUW of Michigan membership for your dedication and commitment to AAUW of Michigan and to AAUW on the local level. Keep fighting. Don't give up. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your dues. Thank you for all your support and your hard work, and just don't give up. And if one day you feel tired and you feel like giving up, just think of all the future generations and the young women and the young generations that are coming up behind us. And AAUW of Michigan and AAUW are just too important to give up on. I've had many mentors over the years that have mentored me, older women that have gotten me to where I am, and who are continuing to work with me to help me to move forward. So just keep going and keep fighting. And thank you so much for your for your time and dedication. I'm willing to come and visit any branch anytime. I've visited almost every single branch over the many years I've been involved, and Mary's willing to come too. And finally, my last comment is about our new board. We have Sheila Blair as our new president this year, and we have several new board members. Some are the same, some are new. Please support our new board. We need new board members. We have some open positions. Remember that when you're in AAUW is lifelong learners. We keep learning and we keep working on things, and so don't think that your time is up or you can't do it anymore. You can, and we need you. We need all of us working together as a team to achieve our goals. And I just thank Barb and Linda. They are new state board members this year. They're both very, very busy women doing many things, but when they got called upon, they said yes. And they're already, how much they've already done, and they're already contributing, and they're just getting started. And you can do the same too. You will get back. Those who receive much must give much, and you will receive back so much more than what you give. So thank you very much for this opportunity today.
Thank you, Ruth.
Thank you, Ruth.
We appreciate your time. And again, please, branch members and guests who are watching this, please reach out to us at AAUWMI.org or the email Ruth gave you. And myself and Linda are also contactable through the website. So thank you for joining us, and everyone have a wonderful day.
Thank you. All right.